Do you have chaotic mornings? My husband and I would dread mornings. They were so chaotic and stressful, and it was so hard for our family to get all the things we needed to get done in an efficient amount of time. So we started implementing morning visual schedules, and they've helped out so much for our family. So I would like to take you through a visual schedule that I've created.
Raising neurodivergent kids is messy, beautiful, and a lot. I'm Mary Ellen Yates, and this is Growing Together Neurodiversity at Home. Let's figure it out together.
Okay, so let's get started. So I'd like to show you what I've created, and you can find this document in the description link below and click on it for a free copy for yourself. These come in color and they also come in black and white, and you'll just need to pick the pages that you would like to print. And there are a lot of different options. I tried to make this as customizable as possible so that you have the most options to make it work. So I want to show you all the different options you have today so you get an idea. So the first thing I want to show you is that I have an instruction page at the beginning that you'll come to, and it'll give you some options. I even have more options in this video of what you can do, so definitely stay tuned. But you'll have your instruction page, and then I have ones that you can just print and go if this is what you need for your family. And this would be for my son. This is where he's at right now for his morning routine. He eats breakfast, then he needs to brush his teeth, brush his hair, deodorant, get dressed, and then he has a morning chore, which is right now unloading and loading the dishwasher. And then when they're checked off, they're done. You can put in a protective sheet and then use a dry erase and marker, or you can laminate it and use a dry erase and marker. Then I created a girl version, which is just the same stuff as I had for my boy, but it has a girl eating breakfast. And then I also have this in black and white, if that works better for your family. Because as a homeschooling family, I understand that ink is expensive. If that doesn't work for your kid, then I have these two options. I already laminated these, so sorry for the glare, just to give you an idea. So I would recommend definitely either putting a protective sheet over it or laminating, but if you don't have those, I would use cardstock paper so that it's a little sturdier. But otherwise, if you're laminating it or putting a protective sheet, you can just use regular paper. So this is the same as this, except it's blank. And then I put those Velcro stickers. I have all the same, I have all the fluffy side up, and then I have the check mark box. Okay, so here are a couple of options. On the instruction sheet that I gave you, I suggested cutting and pasting text and pictures, and then putting it on these, laminating it or putting a protective sheet over it, and then checking them off. If you wanted even, and then if you needed to change it later on, you could just print off another copy, cut out what you want, and put it on again. These schedules have 6 slots. Also, if you wanted even more customizable and easier to change out, you could put Velcro stickers on each square. And then I have these routine sheets that have pictures. So I have a lot of different types of pictures. I have black and white pictures as well, not just color. So there's a lot of different options. And then I also have text sheets that go along with the pictures. Okay, so then you cut out what you want to use and then you put them on your. I want my son to eat breakfast. And so I put that, and then on the back of these sheets, you're putting the opposite sticker on it, and then so that you can easily stick it. So he's eating breakfast. He should, and then after he eats breakfast, he can brush his teeth. So I have a symbol for brushing your teeth. He can put on deodorant. Sorry. Let's do brush teeth instead of brush hair. Brush hair. Can get dressed. Have a little shirt for that. And I can put morning chore. Or I think I have one that says dishes. You could put dishes too if you wanted to be more specific. And then he checks off in the other column when he's done it. And then these can rotate out as they get better at doing things. My son, he's still working on this. He needs each item in the bathroom that he needs to do still laid out for him. So that's why I have these individual. But once he's good and he knows that, oh, I go to the bathroom and I do these three things, I could change it to bathroom routine instead. And so then he would know, oh, bathroom hygiene means I do these three things. And then he would do those. And then I could add other things to this. Like maybe I want him to also bring out the trash in the morning. So I could have bring out the trash and his other morning chore, and I can continue to add this and go with that. And then you could have start your homework if you're a homeschooling family or whatever. You can keep adding to this and changing it as he gets more comfortable with his expectations, and you can add on to it from there. So this is what I would do for my older son. So my older son is 11. So your 11-year-old might not need pictures. And so you could even just have it without the pictures and just have the text. But my son also has dyslexia. He's very visual. And so the pictures help him glance at it really quick and know what to do instead of trying to struggle to read it if he doesn't remember what to do. So that's what helps him. And a lot of neurodivergent people also like having visual reminders. So there's that option. So for my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old, I have a routine that looks more like this. It says my morning routine, and it has a to-do column and a done column. You have space for 5 pictures. I just ran out of Velcro, so I just kept it to 3 because that's what I had. But you would put your 5 Velcro stickers here, and you want to do it all the same type. And then you're going to do 5 Velcros also down this side. And then what they're going to do, and so let's say we're doing my daughter eating breakfast. I'm going to just have a picture of her eating breakfast. And then she also needs to get dressed. And then she empties the little trash cans around the house and empties it into the big trash can in the kitchen. So those could be her items. Now she does brush her teeth and all that too. So you could add that. There's 2 more spots. And so then when she completes it, she moves it over to the done column. And then she completes it. And so then visually, they see that they are done. And so you could do this for your kid too. I noticed with my older son, he stopped wanting to move it over from to do into done. And so he preferred to just check it off. He got tired of moving it over. So that's why I have this one. But also, if you have an older person and they like to move it over, if that's more visually pleasing for them, and also put the words, if you don't want to use pictures, you could put brush teeth, make beds, empty trash cans. You can do all of that, and then they can move it over. If they like the physical act of moving it over, then they can do that too. So there's a lot of different options. There's 2 formats, whatever works best for your kiddos. You might want to ask them what they like more. And then I have tons of picture options, tons of text options. So here are some of the text options that you can have. And then these all fit in the spaces. So if there's something that you would like to add that wasn't included, I also provided some create your own pictures. So you could draw your own picture or have them draw their own picture. Sometimes have them having buy-in helps. And so they could draw their own picture or you could draw it. And then it's the right size that'll fit in the space for the routines. So just less work for you. Or you can write your own, or you can have them write their own. There's nothing wrong with them writing their own, and that can give them more buy-in. And these will fit in the spaces so that it is easier for you too. So I hope this helps your family get a little less chaotic. I know it's helped my family a lot. I have a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and an 11-year-old that are using visual routines right now. For my 4-year-old, the expectation is she gets it done, and then whenever she gets it done in the day, then she gets 10 minutes of screen time on our tablet. And then my 6-year-old, he has to be done by 7:50 so that he can get his 10 minutes to watch on the tablet as well. Sometimes I allow him to do a drawing video if we have time, especially in the summer, but not all the time. And then for my 11-year-old, he has to be done by 7:45 to get 15 minutes. And they have to be done by 8 because that's when we start school, or we might have to get on the road for appointments. So that is their deadlines. For my 4-year-old and my 6-year-old, they do their chart, and my 4-year-old has to get it done sometime in the day, and my 6-year-old has to get it done before 7:50 if he wants his 10 minutes of tablet time. My 11-year-old needs more support. He has more executive functioning skills that he's working on. He gets distracted very easily, and so it is harder for him to stay on task, especially for something that's not a desired activity. And who really feels like getting ready? It's just something boring that we have to do. So we give his medication at 6 a.m. He has until 6:45 to eat breakfast because it's going to take him a while to get ready. His medication hasn't kicked in, and then also to eat. Around 6:45, then we start doing timers. And so he sets his timers on our tablet that has a visual timer that has a ticking sound, and he has 10 minutes to get dressed and do his bathroom routine. And then after that, he has 10 minutes to do the dishes, load and unload the dishwasher. And then if he is done by 7:45, he is able to watch his 15 minutes of tablet time. So he gets a little more time, but his chores a little more, and his struggle is a little harder to get this done. So that's what we do. If you don't like to do tablet time, you can allow them to do a desired activity after or whatever works for you that's motivating. Because I usually try to schedule undesired activities right before desired activities so it motivates them to move on in our day and to keep the flow of our day going. So, those are some tips for you to get started. Let me know what works and doesn't work for you, and I'll try to incorporate that in a later version. But for right now, I hope this helps. I look forward to hearing from you.